What are some ways I've been resilient and dealt with failure? I think just being told that like I was never gonna be broadcasted by my lecturers, at university, just that the world wasn't ready for it yet, and I think, even though things have really improved now over the last decade, and people are much more supportive. Diversity is nurtured, difference is nurtured. I think back then I really took it personally, and I got quite sad, being told specifically that I had a face for radio kind of thing, and that in fact that I want my because of my stutter and my CP, I wasn't clear enough in my speech to do those things, and to even be do radio stuff. And obviously I went on to work for BBC North Yorkshire, and obviously have numerous radio spots, which has been really cool in Yorkshire and around the world as well, which has been very lucky. But yeah, so I think just dealing with that, being told that I wasn't going to be able to do so many things. I think in terms of business, I think some ideas have worked, some hasn't. I think there have been projects where I have wanted that I've wanted to succeed financially and personally, that just haven't. In the early days, I think Soundsphere's print issue back in the day when we did those print issues. We produced the print issues, and they sold out. It was great, but I wanted more, advertisers and things, and I was hoping more people would get invested. But people have actually been much more invested in the project since we've taken it entirely online. We've got advertisers from around the world. So I think it's just taking criticism, learning from it, listening to people, like I've said before, just kind of being like, okay, this is cool, I'll take on board some of this, and what's been said, but I won't, let it define me. You know what I mean? Because if I hadn't looked for advertisers on the website, I wouldn't be making money now. Just because we're not doing the print issue doesn't mean that we that making money isn't possible. And I think that I took it quite different, because I put so much effort into the print issues, creating job opportunities for other people, trying to find advertisers, trying to find stockists from around the country. Back then it was really hard, but then again we've got worldwide advertorial now on the website. So I think those have been where I've needed resilience to sort of cope with challenges. But I think you're always going to be told, some people are always going to tell you can't do something, and all that you might not be good enough. And I think the key thing there is as well, you might not be good enough at some point, or you might struggle in the early days, but if you learn and grow and develop, I've become a better journalist. I made some terrible mistakes, and I still make mistakes now, but you've got to learn from them. You've got to understand. You're going to learn, you're going to grow, and you're going to develop and get better all the time. Just because one person, says you're not right for this job doesn't mean you're not right for another one. I find that if you're not if you follow that sort of rule that I came up with, not being a dick, and trying to be as good at what you do as possible, things come round, opportunities come back round again, not necessarily immediately, but eventually things will come back round. Just keep grafting and keep treating people with respect, and have that core idea and something you really believe in.